Hi, welcome to my kitchen. Today I'm going to make a chole with gravies. We'll need 2 cups of dried chickpeas and about 4 cups of water. But you can add extra as well. That can go into the gravy. So I soaked it overnight, and here we are going to pressure cook them in the pressure cooker or Instapot, whatever you have at hand. I'm going to add a pinch of baking soda to this. Sometimes the chickpeas don't boil well, so soda really helps. So give it a stir, and I'm going to add just a little bit of water, extra water. There. Put the lid back on. And we are going to pressure cook that for about 11 minutes. And we'll turn off the keep warm button, because we don't want to keep it cooking. For this recipe, we're going to need 1 onion. And if you don't have the regular onions, you can add spring onions to this as well. It'll still come out really good. Little different taste, but it's fine. Whatever you have available that day. So finely chop the onion. The more finer, the better the gravy will come together. If you have chunks of it, then you might have to blend it in the blender to add to the gravy. Now we will need 1 tomato, that also kind of finely diced. It helps the gravy to come together. This is a very basic, simple recipe. I'm not going to add ginger and garlic paste to this, but you can if you have it. If you don't have it, then you can even add garlic powder and ginger powder, the dried one. That still works. We need 1 potato. You can either take the skin off. I'm going to leave the skin on. So something that you can really cook quickly. The choles, let's check the choles. Oh, they're perfectly boiled now. That's what we want. If they don't boil so well, then gravy and choles don't mix well. So as you know, my misal na sadaba is ready with turmeric, masalas, cumin seeds, mustard seeds, chili powder. Let's just wipe off the pan, and I'm going to add about 3 tablespoons of oil. You can even add butter if you have butter, the clarified one. In goes the mustard seeds. You can hold the lid on so it won't splatter all over, especially on you. Alright, now we're going to add hing, asafoetida, half teaspoon of turmeric, little bit extra. And in goes the onion. Give it a stir. Let it become a bit of a golden brownish color. Now we're going to add cumin seeds to it, maybe half a teaspoon. To that we're going to add tomato. Give it a stir. Now it has started leaving some liquid. We want that. It's going to mix really well together. Let's add salt. What salt does is it actually starts cooking the vegetables better, in fact the tomatoes and onions, and they become kind of liquidish. To that I'm also going to add half a teaspoon of sugar. If you don't want to add it, that's perfectly fine. You can add jaggery to that if you like. Now we're going to add 1 teaspoon of chole masala, which is the Everest brand. We just like this masala, that's why I'm adding it. If you have something else at your hand, you can just go ahead and feel free to add that. You can add coriander powder, cumin powder, just red chili powder. That will also bring out really good flavor. Now this looks really good to me. Let's add our boiled choles to that. And we are not going to mash the choles, because that actually then we won't have any gravy left at all. They're boiled, so they will be really nice and chewy. Let's give it a stir, and now we'll put the lid on and leave it covered for about 5 minutes. Let's check on our choles. Oh, it's nice and bubbling. There we are going to add the salt for the rest of the gravy now. You can add it according to your taste. Give it a stir. So in this recipe, I'm actually adding like 3 special ingredients. One is the baking soda to boil the chickpeas. Here is another one. This is tamarind and date chutney. You can make it at home. I just got this ready to go. So we are going to add that, about 2 tablespoons. This really brings out the taste of that masala and tomatoes, onions. To that I'm also going to add half a glass of water, boiled water. Please make sure that the water is warm and not cold. Otherwise the temperature of your curry is going to be immediately cooling off, and we don't want that. Okay, here is another tip. The third tip that I was going to give was, this is actually my husband's idea. We're just going to take some gravy off of it and just keep it aside, and when we'll actually start our lunches or dinners, you can add it at the very last minute, so the choles won't soak it all up, which I totally liked, and I've been doing that for quite some time now. To this, of course, we are going to garnish it with coriander leaves. Super tasty. We'll add some to the vegetable, to the chickpeas, and also some into the gravy. So one is the baking soda, second one is this gravy taking out without leaving it in the pan, so it won't get all soaked up, and the tamarind date chutney. Really, really important. So you all enjoy this. Let me know how it comes out.